Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start with the first chapter at David Copperfield, written by Charles Dickens. The narrator of the story is David Copperfield, the main character. Chapter 1. My earliest memories. I was born on Friday at 12 o'clock at night. The clock began to strike, and I began to cry. David Copperfield here tells us about the day he was born. Earlier that afternoon, my mother had been sitting by the fire feeling timid, means broken hearted, and sad. She saw a strange lady coming up the garden path. The woman didn't ring the bell, but looked in the window, pressing the end of her nose against the glass till became flat and white. She startled my mother, who stood up too quickly and fainted. Who is the woman here comes? She is Miss Betsy Trotwood Copperfield, David's aunt. She didn't ring the bell. She didn't do anything, but she surprised David's mother until David's mother fainted. She almost died because of Miss Betsy Trotwood Copperfield has an ugly face, and she is frightening, by the way. So David's mother fainted. When my mother awoke, it was already evening. The woman now standing inside the room by the window. She was my father's aunt, Miss Trotwood, or Miss Betsy, as my mother called her. My father had no one, or my father had once been a favorite nephew of hers, but when she learned that he was marrying a girl not yet 20, Miss Betsy went to her cottage by the sea and never saw him again. My poor father had died 6 months before I was born. So, when Miss Betsy Trotwood Copperfield knew that his favorite nephew, who is David's father, married a girl who isn't even 20 years old, she got angry and she left and never came back. Now, child, said Miss Betsy to my mother, when this girl is born, she is talking about when David's mother was pregnant. She thought that the child will be a girl. Perhaps a boy, said my mother quietly. It must be a girl, said Miss Betsy, and I will call her Betsy Trotwood Copperfield. I feel myself trembling, whispered my mother, growing quite pale. I shall die. No, no, cried Miss Betsy. Have some tea. Then opening the parlour door, she called, Come here, Peggotty. Bring some tea. Your mistress is not feeling well. Peggotty here, a new character. She is the servant of David's mother, but she is a kind and nice person. Peggotty came with the tea, the hour growing late, so she lit the candles in the parlour. She took one look at my mother in the light and hurried for the doctor. Now David's mother to is going to bring David to life. So we have questions here about the first chapter. David's mothers and Biggity. How to describe them? Describe David's mother and Biggity. David's mother has long hair and youthful shape, but Biggity has dark eyes and no shape at all. So, in this chapter, we have one question about how to describe Biggity and David's mother. So, you can say David's mother has long hair and youthful shape. Biggity has dark eyes and no shape at all. And this is the end of chapter 1, and you have to read the rest of the